everyone. I am Jacob Azevedo, and this is episode 1 of my new podcast. And I'm really excited to have you guys here today. Today, hopefully, we're going to be able to dive into something that's a bit of a love-hate relationship for me, and that is YouTube. Now, don't get me wrong, I think YouTube is an amazing platform. It's given me and millions of creators a space to share what we want to say and our passions, as well as kind of let us just connect with people and hopefully someday, if I keep it up, make a career out of it, although I highly doubt it. But it's time to just be real about it, and that we just need to notice that it's far from perfect and anything but that. It's got some pretty big issues, and hopefully if I do my job right, that's what I'll be here to talk about. All right, let's get into it. All right. Let's to kick things off, we're going to start with the big one, and that is the algorithm, the almighty YouTube algorithm. And it is both a blessing and a curse. On the good days, it's like your videos are riding a wave. That's the best way I can explain it. You get tons of views, tons of engagement, and then you have the bad days, which are how do I describe it? It's imagine yourself being thrown into a black hole. That is an experience we all can relate to, and that's how it feels on these bad days. 1 minute, it's you're reaching new audiences, doing good, and then the next day, it's oh, YouTube, they forgot you exist. And let me tell you, that is confusing. I see that especially in the YouTube Shorts section. I'll post videos or shorts, and I'll have one that will get 400 views in the span of 30 minutes, and then the next one, which honestly is higher quality, is 9 views after a day. It's very confusing. All right, what is going on here? So basically, the algorithm is designed to keep people on YouTube. We know this. It's their one job is to keep us as viewers on YouTube for as long as possible. And it's always learning and always tweaking itself to figure out what us viewers are looking for and what we like. But as we see, it is not perfect. And sometimes it pushes content that's, let's just say, not the best. And other times it completely buries videos that deserve way more attention. Which is what I feel is happening to me. And as a creator, this can be really, really frustrating. I will spend hours, and I've spent days on a video, and then I upload it, and next thing you know, 50 views. And while a random cat video or random skibbity toilet video is absolutely just blowing up with millions of views. What in the world is up with that? Now, it's not just tough on us creators, it's also tough on viewers. Have you ever noticed how your homepage sometimes will just be completely full of stuff that you are not interested in? I've had times when I open up YouTube and it's just complete, makeup videos, and I'm bro, what? I'm a dude, I don't really need this. And then you have sometimes where you'll miss literal uploads from your favorite channels, and this is confusing because you're subscribed and you have notifications on, and that's just the algorithm being weird. And personally, I'm not a fan of that, but YouTube's there ain't no other alternative. So you just got to know that deep down, that algorithm, it's trying, but it's not hitting the mark sometimes. And we're not going to get into the absolute endless rabbit holes that it loves to throw us into. Someone will start watching a cooking tutorial, and then the next thing you know, they're watching conspiracy theories on the moon landing. I had something exactly like that. Instead of cooking videos, I had turned on, it was one of my favorite YouTubers, Oompaville, and I had started watching one of his videos as I went to sleep, and I woke up because I had accidentally left autoplay on, and I woke up to like ASMR nail cutting, so it's like toenail cutting, and I was like, I wake up and it's like 4:30 in the morning, and it's just, and I'm like, what in the world? It was the weirdest thing ever. Oh my gosh. All right. Now, let's talk about the monetization and policies. If you've been on YouTube for a while, you probably remember the adpocalypse, which I actually don't remember because I've used YouTube Premium for pretty much as long as I can remember. But from what I know, it was a wild time. Basically, a rundown of it is advertisers, they got mad about their ads running on like controversial videos. So YouTube kind of went into panic mode and they changed their ad policies, and a ton of creators completely lost their income overnight. And it's gotten better since then, but from what I know, monetization is still a minefield. But I personally wouldn't know. I don't get paid for this. I'm like 147 subscribers. There's not, or 150 at the time of making this. It's not something that is as much as a concern to me as it might be later on. Now, here's the thing. Basically, YouTube's rules about what people can and can't be monetized are like when YouTube gives creators pretty much a set of rules, and they're like, well, here's the stuff that you can and can't do, and if you do the stuff that you can't do, you're not getting monetized. Except the stuff that they hand the creators, all these rules, they're vague, to put it lightly. Like, you might upload a video thinking it's completely fine, and then next thing you know, it's demonetized, and the reasons are not clear. It's very, very unclear for a lot of people who get demonetized. And it's sometimes because you might have used a certain word, or a topic is considered, quote, too sensitive, as YouTube puts it. And it's not just like smaller creators who deal with it, but I've heard of like really, really big channels who deal with this. It's really tough for their ad revenue, because when you get demonetized, for those of you who don't know, which I would be a little surprised, but I ain't here to throw hate. Basically, if you get demonetized, you're not getting paid, and I believe it also means that you can't get advertisements. So, getting ad revenue taken away, that's a really big hit, because for people whose career is YouTube, if your job just stops paying you one day, like, that's not good. And we cannot forget about YouTube Premium. And while it's great for people like me who hate ads, it's also not good for the creators I watch. And it's kind of another layer of mystery. I mean, how much how much are like creators like actually earning from premium people? Like, is it more or less? Are we getting paid? Sorry, I keep saying we. I don't get paid. Sorry, I am. This is I started getting on a roll, and that made me start getting more confident, and then I started tripping over words. But all right, I want to know, as like, when I get monetized someday, am I going to get paid for people who are on YouTube Premium? And honestly, the answer is hard to find out, because YouTube does not tell us. It's not something that they're willing to break down for us. And now we are moving into the next section, which is about content moderation. And YouTube's guidelines on these are supposed to keep the platform safe and fair and a ton of other things. But oh man, the enforcement is like, I literally cannot stress this enough. The enforcement on content moderation is quite literally all over the place. You will see like a video that is completely like, if I upload a video of me riding a bike down a street, it could get flagged for something really small. That's a very extreme case, but like, now imagine there's a video of someone in a very graphic way getting unalived. That in itself, YouTube, honestly, there's a non-zero chance YouTube would not flag that. And it would just cruise along the platform without a problem. And that is so confusing. Like, and it's just unfair and almost just like an insult to people who actually put effort into stuff. And creators, they want to follow the rules. Like, they're not going out of their way to break all the rules like a little disobedient child like myself. But I'm kidding. Okay, also, I can't hear myself, so that could have sounded really weird. But, I mean, like, man, all this stuff with YouTube also, I hope, isn't making you guys think that I hate it. I love YouTube. YouTube is a great platform, but it's, like I said earlier, it has its ups and downs. And basically, into the next part, there's a issue which I think that many of you probably are aware of, and that is the issues of bots or robots, whatever you want to call them. It's bots. If you say robots in the context that we're about to talk about, I'm very concerned with you. And a lot of moderation is done by the bots, which makes sense because there are a lot of videos that are being uploaded every single minute. So you got way more videos being uploaded than someone can handle, and instead you have AI, an algorithm, or not algorithm, a system that will go through and flag videos that are supposed to be flagged. But they can't always tell the difference between a joke and something that's actually harmful, and that's kind of where things go wrong. And an appealing decision is another headache in of itself, because you're, from what I've heard, basically shouting into the void, hoping that someone at YouTube sees it. And it, even for big YouTubers, appeals can take, like, I've heard weeks and months. It's insane. And another thing that I would like to touch on is the whole part about building a community. YouTube is great for sharing videos. That's literally the point of it. But when it comes to interaction, man, the tools are kind of basic. We have comments and live chats, and that's about it. Community posts, I guess that's about it. But I would put that in comments, like the comment part I said. And, I mean, it works, but, I mean, it could be so much better. Like, really, it could be so much better. Man, sorry, now I'm just thinking, should I make a new video platform? Is that what I'm going to do? Make billions of dollars? Not that it's about the money, but, like, it's about the money. And like I said, there aren't a lot of ways to connect with the audience, and I feel like it could be a lot better. As in, what if YouTube had built-in forums or just a better way to organize discussions? I mean, that would be awesome. Now, oh wait, actually no, I feel like that could just turn YouTube into Reddit, which would be very bad. Never mind, scratch that idea, everyone. We are not doing that. But then we have the, I have all my talking points that I'm looking at as I talk, and I had just wrote for this section, the darker side of the community, which is very ominous, but okay, I remember now. So this is referring to trolls and hate comments. I don't know why I'm thinking of the word troll, because I feel like that's kind of a cringe word, but it's, you hate comments and people who are there to do ill stuff. And I personally think that it is something that every creator deals with. I don't know of a single one who doesn't deal with that, and it can be really draining. And while YouTube's moderation tools, they help, they are definitely not perfect. It's something that the platform, like, really, really definitely could improve on. And it really, honestly, feels like even with a little bit more control over the comment section, that would be a game changer. And one last thing about the community is collaboration tools. I really feel like they could step it up here. Like, imagine if there was, like, a way to easily connect with other creators and, like, share audiences, or co-hosting live streams, now that I think of it, would be amazing. I swear that used to be a thing, but I don't know if it is, just comment. but that'd be sick. Being able to co-host live streams, like building a community would be so much easier if they did that. And now we're into what YouTube can really do to fix this. And first off, I don't really know. Better communication would be big, and just being clear with us. And if the algorithm changes, tell us why and how it's going to affect things. Like, that would be really, really nice of them. And this would also go for monetization and moderation. I'm getting those two words mixed up, but I think they can go there together. Just in general, transparency, I feel like would go a really long way. And also giving us better tools and just investing in human moderation. All those things are things in which YouTube can improve on, but here I am. I'm 140, probably 5 subscribers actually. Like, ain't nobody hearing this. I am, like I said earlier, shouting into the void. And at the end of the day, I still love YouTube. It's got its flaws, but I mean, it's given us a lot. And by addressing these issues, I feel like it could become a lot better of a place for us creators and you viewers. And that's it for today. Thank goodness. I feel like this might have been a little bit too short, but I mean, man, oh man, that was, whew. If you guys liked this first episode, I would very much like that you guys comment. You don't need to like the video if you don't want to, but a comment would go a long way, even if it's a hate comment. That would still show that you guys listened. And with that, thank you for joining me in this new first episode of the podcast, of which name I don't have yet. With that, have a good day.